Howdy ho there, friends and neighbors. Bobby here today. We're going to talk about credit cards, okay? Let's just go and take a walk. I'm here at the park walking today, recording some videos, brainstorming some ideas. I'm having a great time. Okay, let's talk about credit cards. I like credit cards, but let me tell you something. They have to be used in a very disciplined way, okay? Credit card companies do not get any money from me in interest, okay? And they have not in many, many years. I'm one of the 10%. Supposedly the stat is 90% of people do not pay off their credit card at the end of the month. Well, I'm that 10%. And you gotta be that 10%. If you can't be that 10%, then don't get a credit card, okay? That simple. I'm gonna give you a good example of why I think, like Dave Ramsey will tell you, believe me, I think the utmost of Dave Ramsey, okay? I agree with everything that man says, and he's helped a ton of people, okay? But this is a scenario that happened to my daughter when she was in college, okay? Sent her up there to college. We opened her up a student checking account. She had a debit card and she used that for her purchases, okay? And it come up on my banking. I could see what she was buying. I could transfer money to her from time to time when she needed money and so forth, okay? Everything was going great till I think the junior year. And then somebody hacked the account. They hacked the card and ended up, we had to call and have the card cut off. But before we did that, she looked and she had like $30 left in the account. I said, well, go to an ATM and go and get that money out so you'll have something to spend, for like lunch or whatever. So then we called, cut the card off, went through the calling of the card company, told them that these charges were not ours, and went through the process of getting her a new card, which they mailed to me because that's her address, although she was off at college, and got the new card on the way, got the money put back into the account, okay? But in the meantime, she only had $30 to live off of, or whatever, which was fine. She was okay, it wasn't like she was starving or anything. She still had the meal plan with the college, but she liked to go by the Starbucks and get her a coffee, or something on her way to class on certain days, okay? So, she didn't do without. But, we had to wait for the card to come. I think I went up there and picked her up one Saturday. She come home for a weekend, give her the card when it comes. So she was set to go. But at that time, I told her, I said, well, hey, this is what we need to do. I'm gonna go and get you a credit card, okay? And we'll do it the same way, student credit card or whatever, have my name on as well. I'll be able to pay it off for you online, keep it paid off. You use that for buying your Starbucks and any other fast food while you're up here, and I'll just keep it paid off for you. And just don't use your debit card. Don't let that number get out there to get hacked. So we done that, and that fixed the problem, okay? And so for the rest of college, she had her checking account, of course, with her debit card. She never used a debit card anymore, unless she wanted to get cash out of an ATM for some reason or another. And she used the credit card for the expenditures, and then I kept it paid down, okay? So if it got hacked, she would still have money. She would have a backup plan to have her debit card, her cash, or what have you. Okay, so that's why I put that in place as a backup plan, all right? Now, and credit cards are good if you use them that way, all right? And I currently still use a credit card. It gets paid off. Matter of fact, it gets paid off weekly. okay? I can't stand to see anything on it. You know, I'll use it for all my spending because, guys, what I'm using the M1 credit card, okay? And it pays back rewards in cash, okay? In the form of percentages for different companies that you own stock in M1, okay? So, and it adds up pretty good. Matter of fact, probably, well, I won't say that. I don't want to say the number. But it's several $100s, you know, because I pay for my food and my gas, and I buy gas at certain gas stations that I own stock in the company. So I get as much as 5% back. Some things are as much as 10%, but I don't really spend money at those stores that pay the 10%. I'm usually in the bracket of 5 to 2.5%. Anyway, not to get that far into that, but I do that to get a reward back for things that I'm going to buy anyway. Why not? You know, why not get some money back for things I'm going to buy anyway and pay that card down? You know, as long as you don't let it go over 30 days, you're not going to get any interest. But I pay it off like weekly. Like every time I see something on it, bam, I'm paid it off. I don't mess around. But so anyhow, that's one way that credit cards can be good, okay? You're using money that, I don't want to say free money, but it's money that's being created out of thin air. You know, the money gets created when you make the transaction. You know, say it's $100. All of a sudden, you use a credit card, well, bam, there's a debit and a credit. Store owner now has made $100, you owe $100. There's a transaction that's taking place, and $100 has been created out of thin air. I don't know if you can understand the concept I'm talking about. I may not even be explaining it right, but to me, sometimes I'll call it free money, okay? But it ain't free. But at least it's not your money that's in your checking account, debit account, that someone hacked, okay? It's money that you still owe on, okay? But I don't know how to explain this. But anyway, I would rather a credit card get hacked than my debit card, okay? So that's why we do that. That's one benefit of the credit card. And it was great when the daughter was off at college too. That was just such a good thing right there. That was easier to deal with, and didn't have to worry about her not having money, you know, in case a situation arose like that. And let's see, another thing that I have used credit cards for a long time. I'm probably going to get to the point where I don't do that anymore, but I used to keep a Best Buy card because I would buy appliances there like 18 months, same as cash, okay? And you can do that with a lot of other store cards as well. And I would only use them for that. Or if I needed to buy a computer or something major thing. Typically, if you spend more than $300, they'll do a plan, you know, 12 months same as cash, 18 months same as cash. So you're actually getting that item, and you're able to bring that item home with money, with their money basically. You know, you've got interest-free money for that term to pay that off, okay? Now, if you're one of these people living paycheck to paycheck, don't do this, okay? It'd be wise to already have that money in pocket in case something would ever go south and you know, went upon hard times and couldn't pay it off. Because here's what the payback is on that. If you don't pay that off in that time period, okay, you'll have to make minimum payments all along, okay? And you better make them all too, because I think with some of them, if you don't make your minimum payment, they might kick back the interest on you right away. But if you don't make it by the end of that term, they will kick every bit of that interest back on you, and you'll owe that as well, okay? So they're banking on the fact that that's going to happen, because the stats show that 78% of the people live paycheck to paycheck, okay? So store cards can be good, but you can get in trouble with them as well. all right? But eventually, and I'm kind of to that point now, I save for different items. Like I recently had started an envelope with cash money in it, saving for a washer or dryer, okay? And I just had to replace a washing machine, and I ended up doing the 12-month same as cash. I had the money to pay for it. Didn't have enough in my envelope, but next time I will have enough in that envelope. You figure out how much needs to go in that envelope, and if you put $10 a week or $20 a month or whatever, probably by the time you need an appliance, that money will be there, and you can cap it off. You know, you get $1,000 in it, you can stop. You know, you keep it in your underwear drawer, your safe, or whatever. I mean, I don't recommend keeping thousands and thousands of dollars at your house, but you know what I mean. I mean, you keep some in an envelope, and maybe you got money to buy that appliance whenever you need to. Okay, and there's a lot of other things that you can save up for that way as well. Auto expenses. Okay, you save up for your set of tires. You know that you're going to need a set of tires on your car at some point. Why not go ahead and have that money there? Put $5 a week in your sock drawer, okay? And then bam, when your tires wear out, hey, you got the money. You know, be disciplined. Okay, I'm getting off subject. I'm bad about that. Anyway, credit cards are not a bad thing. They can be a good thing. You can get rewarded for having credit cards. Now the airline miles and stuff like that, I don't fly nowhere, guys. I ain't going nowhere, okay? But cash, you giving me cash back for using this card, for buying this stuff that I was already gonna buy anyway? Heck yeah, I'll take some of that. I'll get some free money back. And so it can be a good thing, but you have got to be disciplined, okay? You have got to be able to do it. If you can't pay that thing off within 30 days, don't ever get a credit card. I'm telling you that right now. Don't ever get a credit card, and don't ever say my credit card is my emergency fund, okay? That you're gonna keep that in case of emergency, because worst thing you can do in the event of an emergency is use a credit card, is to go in debt, okay? I've seen it happen too many times. Like I say, I've done it. And it never turns out well, guys. Anyway, that's all I gotta say about credit cards. I probably talked way too much. Anyway, this is not financial advice, friends and neighbors. This is just Mint Hillbilly rambling on, or I'm sorry, RJW Financial Coaching rambling on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I think I only got 2 subscribers out there. I'd like to have a couple more. Hopefully I can help some people, but maybe one day my grandkids will watch this channel and maybe they'll get some advice from Paw. Alrighty, y'all have a great day. Take care.